If you are interested in moving to North Texas and have heard about Plano but just aren't sure yet, you are in for a treat, because today I'm going to show you all of the shopping, the eating, the recreational, and even some neighborhoods that Plano has to offer. So today we're starting off in Legacy West. I like to consider Legacy West as kind of the pride of Plano. It is a really upscale shopping area that also has dining. There's apartments by here. We also have condos really close by. And then we have some steakhouses and a lot of businesses. So one reason you might be moving to Plano is because there are so many businesses that call North Texas home, and there's a lot to do here. So I want to point all that out to you and talk to you about the school districts and all things Plano today. All right, so Plano can really be divided up into East Plano, West Plano, and Central Plano. For the most part, I usually kind of think of things as East Plano or West Plano. So we were just in West Plano. That's going to be newer. That's where we have a lot of those businesses that I talked about, over 10,000 plus businesses that call Plano home. And now we are in East Plano, which is historic downtown Plano. So as you can see from looking around, it's a much different vibe in this side of town versus where we were. It took us about 15 minutes to get here. Plano is huge, you guys. It's one of the 4th largest cities in North Texas, the 10th largest city in Texas. I think that's right. So really, really big. It's over 70 square miles worth of development and property, and a lot of commercial development still happening in Plano. But in this area that we are in now, it was developed in the mid 1800s, and this used to be a small farming community. So downtown Plano actually hasn't really changed very much since the early 1900s, and you can tell. So I wanted to show you all this part of Plano because it's completely different. So if you are wanting to have that small town vibe, if this is what you think of when you think of Texas, then maybe East Plano is for you. But some things to consider are the major highways that are closest to this. So I personally hate driving on Central Expressway or 75. If you watch my previous videos, you know that we call every highway by more than one name. This concluded. So 75 gets very, very backed up. So if you're moving here and you reach out to me and you're wanting to know where to live, I promise you I'm very not likely going to start here, just because I find the commute to be so brutal. But if you're working in Plano, or if you're working in McKinney or Allen or any of the North Texas cities, then this is a great place for you. I just wouldn't recommend it if you're moving to Dallas. However, this is still really great. A lot more history in this area. Obviously, a lot of properties are landmarks, so we can't change them. They're gonna be here for forever. And a lot of the historic homes are in the neighborhood as well. Okay, so the park that I mentioned, this is Haggard Park, which is right here, right off of downtown Plano. This is an area where they do little different festivals. You bring your family. I'm here in the middle of the week, so there's not a lot of people, which is really peaceful and nice if you want to come out here and read a book. But on the weekend, no, this is a really hustling and bustling area. It is actually just one of many parks that Plano has. So Plano has been named one of the best park systems in Texas. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it means we have a lot of great parks, and this is one of them. Another one that I want to point out, if you're coming to Plano, curious about Plano, is Oak Point Nature Preserve, I believe. They have an adventure park with zip lines and all kinds of fun stuff. So if you're into that, I think it's one of the only ones in North Texas, I'm pretty sure. So make sure to check that out. It's not far from here. And again, just want to tell you guys how different it is in each different part of Plano. So we're gonna go check out some houses. I'm gonna give you guys a little rundown of a couple neighborhoods so you can see prices. And then also I wanna touch on those school districts, because if you are being relocated to North Texas, thinking about moving here, even if you don't have children of your own, school districts should be on your mind, and Plano has some of the best. So let's go look.
All right, so the plan was to drive through some neighborhoods, show you guys a little bit of examples of some properties, and then talk about really what's going on in the market in Plano. However, it was getting a little bit steamy out there, so it was kind of raining on and off. You'll notice that my hair was starting to grow, so I just decided to come inside and finish this up. So this is a new way of doing it for me, so let me know what you guys think. But let's go ahead and get back and talk about Plano. So I know I mentioned the size of Plano. We're covering about 72 square miles, and that is a really big area. So from where we were in Legacy West to get to historic downtown Plano took me about 15 to 20 minutes. I do drive fast, so just depending on how fast you drive, it'll probably take about the same amount of time. Now this was in the middle of the day, so in the middle of the day there was no traffic. So keep that in mind. For other peak traffic times that will take a little bit longer, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of the time that it took and the distance. So in Plano, when you're thinking about Plano, where exactly that is, 19 miles north of downtown Dallas. As the Metroplex continues to grow, Plano is really becoming kind of more of a central location. All right, so right now we're gonna just take a look at a couple of listings that are currently on the market so that you all can have an idea of what type of home you can expect to get in Plano, Texas. So right now we're just gonna start off with a $790,000 home. This home is 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 3.5 baths, and just about 3,800 square feet. So if you're used to coming from somewhere that has high prices and a 3,800 square foot house would cost a significant amount more, then that's really exciting for you. And then we also, this is going to be on almost a quarter of an acre. So in different parts of the Metroplex, you can get more acreage. Plano, there are definitely places where you can have much bigger lots. Those are going to come with some bigger price tags though. So let's move on. I'm going to show you another listing. So this listing is a bit smaller. We are staying clear in central Plano here. This is $450,000. It's a 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 2287 square feet, and this is on 0.19 acres. So you can see that it is significantly a smaller lot. I say significantly, not super significant, but you can see the difference. And then just kind of thumbing through this one, you can see, yes, still it is a obviously older house. There's some stuff to do to it. So as we change in price ranges, we're not going to get something that is completely redone, but so many people want to kind of add their own spin and flair on things. And if you can get something for a good price, adding your own personal touches is still an option in Plano. And so I really like that. And I know that a lot of clients do as well. So this gives you an idea of what you can get for that price point. Okay, so for this next listing, let's go ahead and show you a house that is on the high end. So I know I mentioned that houses were starting at 90 all the way up to over 6. So I'm going to show you right now one that is over 6 million. So right now we are looking at a 10,879 square foot home. So this is 7 bedrooms, 9 full baths, 2 partial baths, listed at 6.75, and it's 1.5 acres, just a little bit over 1.5 acres. So this should give you a really great idea. And this has a tennis court. So we have a tennis court, a pool, over 10,000 square feet, 1.5 acres for under 7 million in Plano. So this is a big piece of land in a really central part of the DFW area. I'm sorry, in a really central part of the Metroplex. There we go. And you're getting so much property. So it is a really high price. Remember though, we are in a really good location. You're a part of Plano ISD. This was built in 1994, and you are getting a lot of space. But even still at that price, there may be things that you want to do to update it and make it your own. So kind of checking out different areas. What is 6 million in Plano, it built in the 90s, versus what is 6 million in Prosper, versus what is 6 million in Dallas, or versus 6 million in Rockwall. It's all going to look really, really different. So whenever you're deciding to move somewhere like a place like Plano, because you've heard so many great things, I always want to encourage you to plan a trip out to just kind of go explore neighborhoods. So I hope that you all found this video helpful. I hope that you have found things about Plano that you're excited about. And if you are considering moving to the DFW at all, Plano or anywhere else, feel free to look me up, give me a call, and I'd be happy to help. Thanks.